Hello and welcome to Cav Country. I'm Specialist Charlie Maib. Today, we'll take a peek under a bridge, hang out with man's best friend, and visit a clinic in Karkh. But first, you may be wondering why I'm all battle-rattled up here. Well, the answer's simple. I'm taking part in an exercise that's taking place here on Camp Liberty. To talk about that exercise, we have Major Chris Cox, the OIC in charge of today's operation. Now, sir, what can you tell me about what's going on today?
Well, today we are rehearsing our battle drills in the event of an attack or some type of incursion onto the Victory Base complex. We want to make sure that every soldier knows what he's supposed to do in the event of contact, and we can successfully defend ourselves. Subsequently, not only defend ourselves, make sure everybody accounted for, all their equipment accounted for, and then in the event of any unfortunate casualties that may occur in the event, that we can treat them and move them expeditiously to higher level medical facilities so that they can be treated and then return to duty.
All right. Now, sir, is it normal for an exercise to be held inside of a combat zone?
As part of any combat operation, rehearsals are just one piece of it. All of our units rehearse combat operations. We're doing no different here than rehearsing a combat operation, except this one is inside the wire in the event of attack. In the event of attack here on the Victory Base complex.
Right. And even though it's still going on, how would you say that things have been going so far?
I think it's been going very well. I think the soldiers are taking everything very seriously. They understand the urgency in it and the necessity for them to perform in a fine manner and perform all the details and the mission sets that need to be done in order to make sure that we are all safe and sound when things go wrong.
Right. Violence in Baghdad leaves many wounded, and it chases people from their homes, even the doctors that would help those wounded people. But Specialist John Sheldon tells us how troopers with the 1st Cavalry Division's 2nd Brigade are helping those doctors get back to work.
It's a quiet day off Baghdad's Haifa Street. 1st Cavalry's 2nd Brigade is helping Iraqi doctors reopen a much-needed clinic.
It's a win-win situation for them because they're doing what they were trained to do, see patients, and they're seeing their own people. But it also I also kind of get them involved in helping to open up clinics that were closed before in their neighborhoods, and I allow them to play a large role in the decision-making process as to what clinics we're going to try to focus on.
This public health clinic serves Baghdad's Karkh district, but it has been closed for 3 months now. Before the security situation in Baghdad deteriorated, doctors here saw about 100 patients every day. Today, they expect as many as 250.
Because of the security situation, no doctor, no paramedical staff, no anyone can reach this center. But because of the measurements which are taken by the Iraqi army and of the coalition forces, this area becomes safe, and we start to come daily to provide the primary health care for those who are in urgent need for the primary health care.
Patients come in with complaints ranging from diabetes to epilepsy, or for help with pregnancies or routine childhood illnesses. One of the unfortunate realities of life in Baghdad today, though, is the ongoing conflict.
Many of our patients are a victim of previous violence. Some of them have bullet injury, some of them have missile injury. To rehabilitate them, to give them more advanced management which are not present because of the security situation, we arrange for them another visit to more sophisticated center like rehabilitation center.
Missions like this one pick up where security operations leave off, improving quality of life for local residents and making plenty of new friends. From Baghdad, I'm Specialist John Sheldon.
Coming up on Cav Country, we'll work with some dogs and visit some fish.
Well, by doing this proficiency training, because our mission is ECP security with some missions supporting other units, this is our primary goal out here, is to locate explosives, whether they're homemade explosives outside the wire, caches, weapons caches, IEDs, things of that nature, or just working the ECPs trying to find contraband coming onto the installation. We try to do things that would more closely resemble what they're going to find, on missions. We'll go to abandoned buildings. We'll go out into fields and that and do open area searches. We try to make it as realistic as possible. Today it was in the fire station, really hot today, so we try to find some air-conditioned places as well as doing more realistic stuff in the fields. When a handler gets done running the problem, I go through and tell them what I've identified. Problems that maybe they caused their dog to do something their dog shouldn't do, like a false response. So we talk about that. We talk about leash control. We talk about presenting productive areas. We talk about watching their dog and knowing their dog's change of behavior, whether it's a sniffing change where the dog starts sniffing real detailed. It could be a tail wag. It can be several different things, and the handler needs to pick up on these cues so they know if the dog is on odor, because he might not respond, but the handler needs to be able to see these changes and identify them. So if we didn't do this training and keep the dogs proficient, they wouldn't be of much use to the units that they're supporting.
Stress is unfortunately easy to come by in a combat zone. Stress relief, though, not so easy. But some soldiers here at Camp Liberty have found an interesting way to relieve their stress, and the answer was just under their feet.
This is the first catfish.
Actually, they're carp. And lucky carp at that, because they live under a bridge that leads to a dining facility on Camp Liberty. And that means free food. Although it's easier to eat the food if you can see it. Psst. Hey, little turtle. Yeah, you missed the bread. No, it's on top of you. No, it's behind you. Never mind. Their aquatic antics have attracted quite a few fans.
The biggest fish is Walter. He's gigantic. There's also a British turtle named John, and we know he's British because he swims on the wrong side of the pond. Actually, they're quite entertaining. It's really relaxing to get out of the office and watch the fish.
And this fish appreciation has become an unexpected tradition.
As far as I know, it's been going on ever since troops got here. 4ID passed on the tradition to us. I know the fish originally came from the lake. Someone or other told me that this was a nursery area, so they get a lot of the younger fish and turtles.
I come by every day and watch the fish. It's relaxing. It's very relaxing.
So in the end, it's a trade-off, really. The fish get food, and in turn, allow soldiers' minds to wander, if just for a little while. Well, that does it for Cav Country for this week. If you liked what you saw and you want to learn more about the 1st Cavalry Division, you can always check out www.cavcountry.net for the latest on the 1st Team and what's going on in and around Baghdad. There, you can read our e-newsletter, The Daily Charge, or even check out the Cav Roundup. That's the Army's #1 radio broadcast. I'm Specialist Charlie Maib, and from all of us here at Cav Country, good luck and Godspeed.